how frustrated I was getting, because I believed that I should be better than what I was, and I couldn't get the notes right, and I was just getting my fingers stuck inside the strings and I was hitting the wrong fret. Oh boy, oh boy. Don't know what my neighbours have thought, because I've done some swearing in the last 6 weeks. Let's go. Well, that was Hallelujah Fingerstyle. I've been playing for 6 weeks, as in I am an absolute beginner, or at least I was 6 weeks ago. I wanted to learn a fingerstyle tune, and this Hallelujah Fingerstyle is from Drue James's video on YouTube, and he's taken his style from Leonard Cohen's version of Hallelujah, or the original version, if it is the original version, I don't know. But anyway, 6 weeks ago is when I got this guitar. In fact, it's 2 days short of 6 weeks. I set myself an 8-week challenge to learn fingerstyle guitar, and I spoke to Drue about it. Obviously it's from Drue's video that I've learned this from, or what you've just heard. Anyway, Drue sent me another video instead, and he said, if you're an absolute beginner, then learn this particular video. So I deleted that email in disgust, and I emailed him back and I said, why can't I learn this Hallelujah fingerstyle? Why did you send me another video? And he said, because what I am trying to do from starting point, the absolute beginner, learning this fingerstyle Hallelujah, which is on the brink of being an advanced beginner's tune, he said, you're not going to be able to do it. And when I asked him why, he said, because I've not got finger dexterity, in my fretting hand, or chord knowledge. I've not got wrist strength or hand strength. I've not got the knowledge of moving around the neck. I've not worked with the idea of this doing this and this doing this, which is obviously difficult in itself. And then learning the song on top of all of that. Anyway, so I said to him, I'm going to learn it anyway. And he said, fine, crack on. He said, it's not impossible, but it's just a very, very difficult thing to do from scratch, from being an absolute beginner. It's very, very difficult. and I spoke to another guitar teacher regarding this song. He too says it's a song for more of an advanced beginner's song, especially the fingerstyle. And he said that again, it's not impossible, but he said it's just an uphill struggle. Really, it's difficult. It's not impossible, but it's very, very difficult. And so 6 weeks later, I've done it. My version, the one that you've just heard, is different to Drue James's. Not massively, but I've added a few of my own notes, taken a few of his notes away, and added a few of my own notes, just to make it more of my particular version, because my version is of Drue's version, and Drue's version is of Leonard's version. So, and Drue made his version his. He made it in his way, in his particular style. And I've taken the template of what Drue James has done, used that as the foundational point, as the starting point. Most of what I've done is his version, but there are quite a few differences. I mean, that ending is completely mine. The ending is different to his. And then there's a few notes in between on some of the other bars that are slightly different. Just because I'm playing in a way that obviously suits me, my particular style, whatever style that's going to be. But at least it starts here. My guitar style starts here. But it has been hard work. 6 weeks from absolute scratch, day one, from the guitar to where I am right now. It's been hard work, and the first 2 weeks, or the first 15 days, I'd put in 40 hours worth of practice, and that's important. And if I were to give any other beginner advice, as I'm a beginner myself, 6 weeks in basically, but if I was to give a piece of advice to other beginners, I would say the foundation to start off with, before you want to learn any of the little tricks that you've seen off of your favourite YouTube teacher, forget about all of that. Your foundation is the most important. And that's why my first 15 days were just a slog from day one, because it was important for me. In fact, I had to learn a lot of things in 6 weeks, and I agree with what Drue said and the other guitar teacher Bill. I agree with what they've said about I've so much to learn even before thinking about putting that song together, the Fingerstyle Hallelujah. I agree with them both, absolutely. The moving around the neck, knowing techniques to move around, they weren't there. Obviously nothing was there, no chord work, nothing at all was there. So the first 2 weeks, around 3 hours a day, was very, very difficult and tiring. But I knew it was essential to my learning and to me. I mean, it was originally an 8-week challenge to learn this Hallelujah. And I've done it in 6. Of course, I could continue playing for another 2 weeks and just continue tweaking what I'm doing. But what you've heard is my version, and it's more or less complete to how I would want it. And I think that to say that it's very difficult from both of those teachers was bang on. There were days where I would practice in and I couldn't get what I wanted to get. I couldn't get that sound, or I couldn't get my finger in the place that it needed to be, and I was hitting these. My thumb was getting trapped inside the bloody strings, and I was hitting the wrong strings. Oh boy, that's difficult. And there were days where I just kind of sat back and thought, this perhaps is too hard. You know, I had those days without a doubt. This has not been plain sailing. Most of the days have been difficult, hard work, especially the first 3 weeks. They were just hard work, and it really was, as the other teacher said, it really was. I think it was Bill that said it's just an uphill from day one. It's uphill, and he's correct. It has been uphill from day one. It's a steep climb.